Sheriff Scott Israel, do you think that the airport, which is a gun-free zone, should allow people with concealed weapons permits to carry a weapon, and would that have helped in this case?
The second. I'll answer the second question first. I don't know if it would have helped. I would say probably not, and I don't think that the airports should be a place where people carry guns. There's so much, in my opinion, it's risk versus benefit, and I think the risk would be so much, greater than benefit. How would if there was a shootout, how would law enforcement know who were the good guys, who were the people trying to take lives, who were the people trying to preserve lives?
Everyone's got a gun. Right.
It would be an unmanageable situation.
Oh,
Also,
Sheriff Scott Israel. I mean, he's never met a concealed weapons license owner he liked, including me. So Tim Schmidt is on the line from, of course, an organization that I am a member of, and as a result of my membership, I'm also protected if one of the Broward Sheriff's Office's esteemed deputies were to raise questions about my using my gun in self-defense. I'd call in my attorneys. How you doing, Tim?
Hi, Joyce. I'm doing fantastic, and we would be honored to help you if that ever happens, and I hope it never does.
Right, and of course, so do we all, but it's good to be protected, and one of the great things about membership in your organization is you do become protected, and, this idea, and let me first preface this all by saying Sheriff Scott Israel is a Democrat who just doesn't think anybody has a right to own a gun. He doesn't think that is a Second Amendment protected right. And I don't know what to say to people like that.
Gosh, it's so difficult to respond to that. I mean, I'm going to go out to say it's un-American. It's un-American to say that no, you're a different class of people, and you can't, you shouldn't be able to protect yourself because we're the big government and we're here to take care of you. I mean, that is Joyce. That's truly un-American, and it just galls me for him to have to say that in the face of just what just happened in that airport. It's just unbelievable.
And I have to be, frank with you. We had a lot of debate on the air after the event where people, where my first argument was, I'm looking at this footage, forget about the TMZ footage, which is really horrifying, but I'm watching what's unfolding afterwards at the airport. And I say after a bit of a time, because there was a video that came out originally of the aftermath immediately, and this woman walking towards the guy who was holding the cell phone and saying, like, I can't believe this just happened. And I said, what happened to all the men who should have grabbed suitcases and at least thrown them at this shooter? He reloaded that gun. I mean, there was ample opportunity to take him down. And I said, and had I been there and allowed to carry my weapon into that baggage claim area, he would not had a chance to get back up after reloading.
Joyce, there's story after story of responsible Americans who, like, for example, one of our fellow members up in St. Cloud, Minnesota, there was a man with a machete running through the mall, just hacking at people. Right. And this man was breaking the law carrying his gun. He was not supposed to carry that gun in the shopping mall. Thank God he did, because he put an end to that situation. And I couldn't agree more with you. Unfortunately, what's happened in our country is that we have a society of people who essentially are perfect targets. They're passive. They don't know how to defend themselves. They're not willing or prepared to make that quick decision and that quick reaction. And it's quite frankly, that's one of my main missions in life, is to turn the tide on that and empower people to be able to be that first line of defense and that first responder.
Yeah, and certainly I don't want anyone carrying a gun who has, mental illness. I don't want anyone carrying a gun who is not licensed according to the regulations of their state. If, I'm not recommending people walk around in South Florida who don't have concealed weapons licenses carrying, because in this state it is required that I have that license. Go get the license. Go get training. Go shoot at a range on a regular basis. And then you will be able to avail yourself of that right. Look, I would like an open carry law in this state. I would like to not have to have a license, but I will abide by the law as long as it exists.
Exactly, Joyce. And why are you willing to do that? Because you're one of the good guys. You're a responsibly armed American. The solution to crime isn't just, everyone has a gun. The solution is to improve or increase the number of responsibly armed Americans, people that are trained, people that know what they're doing, people that understand, that threat de-escalation is really the number one thing. And I admire you for being one of those people, and we just need more.
Yeah. Well, and I think what you're seeing, and I know you've seen it in membership and in readership and all the rest of it, an increasing number of women who have said, I'm no longer going to depend on, some superhero showing up to save me, be that a law enforcement officer or any other man of good will, but I'm going to take this into my own hands. I'm going to get myself trained. I'm going to get myself a weapon, and I'm going to use it responsibly. I see women at the range now that are infinitely better shots than their spouses. I mean, they're just better.
Joyce, that's so true, and that's true for many reasons. Number one, women are just better learners. Quite frankly, they don't have the macho. I know how to do this. They do a great job of learning, we're seeing the same thing in terms of this influx of responsible female shooters across the country. So much so that we just launched a brand new section of our magazine, essentially called "Concealed Carry Women." And it's just getting huge reviews, and it's really exciting.
Yeah, it really is. And I enjoy reading the magazine. It's funny, I went out to visit my children in California this last holiday season for the Christmas week, and I had my new copy of Concealed Carry, the magazine, with me, and I inadvertently left it in the throne room. And my daughter-in-law, who's not quite like me and my kids are, came out carrying this magazine, like holding it like it was, a skunk, and said, "Who put this in the bathroom?" And I'm sure she expected it to be some guy. And I said, "Well, I did, And she said, "You read that?" And I said, "Here, and there's a section for you in it, But it's
great.
Little by slowly, we just start to make our presence known, because I want my granddaughter protected. I want my children to be able to protect my grandchildren, and they, at least my own children, not their spouses, but my own children, were marksmen in their teens, because I knew that they had to know if I were going to keep weapons in the house, even though they were safe and guarded and in safes, I wanted them to be comfortable around them and to be able to use them. And I have no regrets about that. And I don't think any parent should.
No, not at all, Joyce. And what I'm seeing is that there are more parents like you, more families like you that are embracing the responsibly armed lifestyle. And that can only mean good things for our country, for our freedoms, and ultimately for our safety. Mm-hmm. And so that's again, more good news.
Yeah, exactly. Well, thank you so much. So, obviously you don't agree with the sheriff, and neither do I. Had there been civilians who were properly armed and knew what they were doing, there might have been a very different ending to that story in Fort Lauderdale last Friday.
You're definitely right there.
All right. Thanks so much, Tim. I appreciate it. It's Tim Schmidt. Give out the website so that people can go and avail themselves of all the good stuff that we have.
Yep. Just go to USCCA.com, and there's all sorts of great info there.
And you're out there in Wisconsin, right?
Yes, I am. Yep. It's nice and cold here. Whew.
Land of the free and home of the Scott Walker. So we love you guys. Take care.
Good.
I appreciate it. All right. Let's do